Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here and welcome back to my channel. I don't know why I'm doing this video. I feel like this could open up a whole can of worms in my comment section, but I figured I would keep you guys updated on the community voted stuff pack because I already did a video talking about my vote and also showing you guys like how to vote. So to follow that up, the results were actually posted yesterday. So I think this vote's been going for like, I don't know, 2 weeks maybe. So it's actually kind of a short voting system, but hopefully you managed to get your votes in. Hey Simmers, you cast your initial stuff pack votes and they've been tallied. It's happening after an exciting week. Oh, so it was actually only a week. That was a very short voting period. On the overall theme and gameplay for the upcoming community stuff pack, we're pleased to announce the first round results. Every election is determined by the people who show up, and let us tell you, a tremendous number of Simmers are showing up to participate. I really wish we could get a number on that. I really want to know like how many people actually took this survey, because I'm guessing it was a lot more than the previous one. Maybe once this is all done, the Sims team might give us a few numbers, but thank you for your support. Stay tuned for upcoming information around second round voting dates, where you'll be able to determine the art style of the pack. Now, I don't know about you, but art style is one of my favorite things to vote on. I absolutely freaking love it. It is just so cool to see concept art. I really enjoy whenever any of the gurus post concept art, so I really love being able to vote on the art style of the pack, and that's really where we're gonna like start to see the first little hints of what this overall pack is gonna look like. And now on to the results. So first of all, we have the theme ranking. So we had arts and crafts, which included things like edible art, knitting, embroidery. Then in number 2 came happy haunts. These two were actually my top 2. Like I said, I was all about arts and crafts until happy haunts got announced, which also included the ghost hunter career, the grim reaper freelance career, and a seance board. So those were actually my top 2. Then number 3 was self-care. This was the one that was kind of encouraging the vegan trait, the smoothie maker, and also the tea infuser. Then we have science and technology in 4th place. I think that one was higher than fun tech because of the STEM kits. I really feel like the STEM kits really helped that one. I know a lot of people really enjoy the school projects that came with parenthood, and I just feel like that was kind of a more in-depth variant of that. So I'm actually kind of gutted that we won't be getting STEM kits, but don't worry, like I said in the last video, Sim Guru Lindsay did actually say, even if your favorite doesn't win, or even if your favorite does win, it doesn't mean that they're not going to explore the other packs in future releases, or like go back to an idea, take it back to the drawing board. So there is always a chance that even though arts and crafts won, you know, a topic that didn't win under arts and crafts could still come in a future expansion or game pack or a stuff pack of its own. And then in 5th place, we had fun tech, which honestly, reading the comments of my comment section and also like everybody's responses on Twitter, I kind of saw these results coming. I was expecting science and technology to be above self-care. Fun tech was the one. I think it included a new like running machine, cycling machine, and also a new running machine. Yeah, a new treadmill, which we already have so many treadmills in the game. It also promised like a void critter walker, which would have been cool, like Pokemon Go but in the Sims and void critters. That was the only really thing, and mini golf, that drew me to fun tech, but I definitely saw that being the least favorite. Like, I could have pretty much called this result. I probably would have put science and technology in number 3, but they're pretty much what I was expecting. And then the gameplay ranking for the winning theme. So obviously arts and crafts won. A lot of people want to see hobbies in the game. You guys know I am a big advocate of hobbies in The Sims 4. I would really love to see more. I feel like university was a complete missed opportunity for adding a few more hobbies, especially to like different ages, especially children. And I know people have been confused about this, but the Sim Gurus actually said in their initial live stream where they announced this, and it also physically stated it on the voting system. Basically, the one that was going to come in number 1 would be the gameplay area that they were going to focus on. Some people thought that they were going to focus on literally everything that was listed under these themes. That's not correct. You know, from the start, they had said that the winning gameplay element would be the one that they would focus on. So I've seen a few people being disappointed that knitting actually was number 1 in the gameplay ranking. But it definitely makes sense. Some of the biggest feedback and the loudest feedback I am hearing right now from you guys who watch my videos and just the general community outside of my own community is that other age groups barely have anything, which we all know children are a constant disappointment in The Sims 4, and that's not even me being harsh, they just are. So number 1 is knitting, and I've seen a lot of people hoping that we as a community now turn this into an elder stuff pack, which I would actually really like. We have kids room stuff, we have toddler stuff, which yes, both aren't the best stuff packs in my personal opinion, but I feel like packs within the last year and a half have really upped their quality. And so I would hope that if we manage to turn this into an elder stuff pack, we could get some really cute outfits, and it wouldn't like legit all be for elders. You know, there are plenty of teenagers and young adults who enjoy knitting. I know so many of my friends who knit to take their mind off other things. So it's not just for elders, but it is a way that we can get more gameplay content for another life stage that isn't young adults. Then in number 2, we have sculpting, which I was actually quite surprised about. I actually put sculpting a little bit lower, I feel like. I think sculpting was number 3 for me. I do like sculpting. I've liked it in The Sims 2. Glass fabrication was number 3, which again, surprised about. I thought that would be a little bit lower, but apparently people really wanted glass fabrication. Actually would have been really cool. Would have tied in really well with Get to Work. I think a lot of these tie in quite well with Get to Work. You can obviously own a shop and you can sell your items and things like that. So glass fabrication would have been cool. Edible art was my least favorite. I was like, meh. I'm not really that fussed by it. But then someone on Twitter was like, I really liked like the jelly cakes and stuff. And that would have actually been really cool if you ever wanted to do like an old school Let's Play. Like if you ever wanted to do an LP that was like based in the 1920s, because they had some like crazy recipes back then. They ate some disgusting things in like the 1920s. But it would have been really cool for that. And then, surprisingly, embroidery was number 5. I think that was my second choice, if I can remember correctly. I was actually really excited about embroidering because I think they said like cushions, you could like have embroidery up on your walls. I think that would have been really good for like some solid clutter items, the same way that laundry day stuff was. But then a lot of people in my mentions yesterday actually said like, I guess embroidery is pretty small. If you don't have your game in high graphics, you're probably not going to be able to see the details. I am a very detail-oriented player, but I know not everyone else is in the community, so I can see why it was the least favorite. But I was surprised by, I knew knitting and sculpting were going to be pretty high. I was kind of surprised about all of these though. So there we have it. That is how the community voted. Let me know how you guys feel about these results down below. I know there was a lot of you in my comments who actually wanted happy haunts. Honestly, I really would have liked Happy Haunts. However, I do feel, and I said this in my initial stuff pack video, but I think it would have been pretty divisive. I know not a lot of people enjoy supernaturals. Like, you either love supernaturals or you hate them when it comes to The Sims. And also, a lot of people don't like messing around with the paranormal. They don't like opening themselves up. You know, seance tables and Ouija boards, I am super into the paranormal, but I would never partake in any of those activities because I've seen like the negativity that they can bring along. So I personally, although I would have liked to see it in my game, I probably wouldn't have really played with it because even though it's virtual and it is just a game, it's still kind of something that I don't really want to mess around with. So I could see why it didn't reach #1, but I know it was popular. I personally would have really liked the Ghost Hunter career. Everyone was like, Grim Reaper career, oh my god, Molly, this is amazing for you. You are such a savage Sims player that you would absolutely kill it, quite literally, in the Grim Reaper freelancer career. But I was kind of all about the ghost hunting. I would have really loved to see a Ghost Hunter career because I do feel as if ghosts need an update. They kind of, excuse the pun, but they need some life bringing to them. That was terrible. That wasn't even meant to be a pun, but they just need a little bit more, in my opinion, in The Sims 4. Because I feel like they have focused on ghosts a lot. We obviously had like the whole Sugar Skull offering challenge, which was really cool. But since then, ghosts haven't really had any love. So I would have loved to see a ghost hunting career. Arts and crafts though, it won. It was my #1. It was what I wanted to see. I am slightly disappointed that only knitting is going to be included. And also, I think this was part 5 maybe of my university Let's Play. The title was Knitting Confirmed. And this slightly doesn't sit well with me, and I want to talk about it in this video. But basically, in Discover University, you can have your sim prank the opposite school's, I was going to say mascot, yes you can prank the mascot, but you can prank their statue. And so I had my sim who went to Brightchester go and yarn bomb the Foxbury statue, and she full on whipped out knitting needles. So technically, knitting is already in the game. It's not a skill, you can't do it as an activity, but if you have Discover University, the animations for knitting are already there. The textures for knitted or yarned things is already there. I'm a little bit salty about the fact that I found that out after I had voted for knitting as #1 because, and I'm not saying that this is the case, but it seems like the Sims team already kind of introduced the idea of knitting, and now it kind of lowers the value of knitting to me. I know, unpopular opinion, but not a lot of people have seen it, and so I wanted to talk about it in this video because, I mean, it feels pretty cheap to me. They had us vote on something that was already technically in the game, and then we're gonna have to pay, what, $10.99 to have it as a full-blown stuff pack? Feels a little wrong. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't really like the way that sits with me. And yeah, the pack might be great. It might have some amazing decorative items and clutter items, and I hope that the Create a Sim focuses on elders, and I hope that we can manage to turn it into an elder stuff pack because I feel like elders just need a little bit of love and recognition. I hope we get a rocking chair, but I'm gonna go into detail about all of this. I think I'm gonna do a video now that it's obviously been confirmed that knitting has won. I think I'm gonna do a whole video dedicated to what I would like to see in this stuff pack. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Let me know how you feel in the comments down below about the results, and I will speak to you all in my next one. Bye guys!